Hello, my name is Josh Wilhelm, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a cyanoacrylate fuming chamber, also known as a superglue fuming chamber, which is used by forensic technicians to develop fingerprints. So to make a superglue fuming chamber, there are some things you are going to need. First off, you are going to need superglue, or cyanoacrylate, which it contains. And another thing you are going to need is a microscope slide, and if you do not have that, you can use a foam covering, which is used to protect phones from damage. Then, you are going to need something that will heat up the superglue, which I have a coffee warmer, and that is very useful, as well as a candle warmer can be used. And then, to contain the superglue, you can either have a metal container or, like me, have aluminum foil that you are able to put in there. And then, to top it all off, you need something to put it in. And you can either use a plastic container with a lid. What you need with the container is to seal it. And, if you do not have that, you can also use a plastic box. Now, to use the plastic box and being able to seal it, you can use a tape gun to tape it over when you are using it. Last but not least, it needs to be humid to be able to fume. So what you are going to need is a glass or plastic container that is able to contain hot water that will make it humid enough so that you can fume. So you can get most of these items relatively cheap. I was able to get the coffee warmer for a very low price on Amazon. I also got the phone screens, which I am using as microscope slides, and the super glue at a dollar store, for you guessed it, $1. If you have a dollar store nearby, I would recommend getting these items, but otherwise they're not too expensive. You can find them in many places, but in some places you do need to be 18 or above to get super glue. So make sure you are either 18 or have a parent with you when you get it. So, I'm going to go over each use and purpose of everything in this super glue fuming chamber. So first off, you have the coffee warmer, which is used to heat up the super glue. And the super glue is what creates the fumes. Now the aluminum foil is being heated up and it contains the super glue. And then the water reservoir is so that everything is humid, so that the fumes can spread and it can heat more easily. And then the microscope slide, or the screen protector like I have, is what you have the fingerprints on. And the fumes that are being burned by the coffee burner, they will highlight and develop the fingerprints for us to use. Now before we get started, there are some safety concerns that we have to go over before we start. First off, superglue fuming is toxic, so you must do it either outside, like I am, or in an area that is well conditioned and has plenty of air flowing throughout, so you do not inhale the toxic fumes. You also do not want to come in contact with it, and that is why you should wear safety goggles, like I also have. You also should beware to not get super glue on your skin because it is very sticky and it will stain things. A good way to actually get it off is nail polish remover, if you happen to get it on, just so you know. Now that we have all the ingredients, here are some steps that we have to take to make the fuming chamber. So what you're going to need to do is fill up your reservoir with hot water so that it can be humid enough for the fumes to be created. Okay, so now you are going to put about a quarter of the 14 ounce or half of the 7 ounce into the container. Okay, so now you are going to make a clear fingerprint on the glass screen protector, like so. And here's another friendly reminder to always wear goggles when you are conducting this experiment. And now you close the lid over the container so that the fumes can spread. and turn on the coffee warmer. Now I cut a little notch in here so that you can have the wiring go through. Alright, so now let's put the lid on. And now you wait for about 10 minutes until you can see the fingerprint, and if you cannot see the fingerprint clearly, then you put it in for every 5 minutes and check to see if the fingerprints are clear now. So once the 10 minutes are up, what you need to do is unplug the coffee warmer, which I have already done, and then, once the fumes have stopped, you open it and make sure you do not directly inhale the fumes, and then you take the fingerprint that you will get on the glass screen protector and then put it down in an area where it will not be contaminated. Okay, so you should be able to tell the fingerprints clearly, and when you have one, what you need to do is get some clear tape. I'm using a tape gun to lift the fingerprints and then put it onto the surface, which I'll be putting it on the rubric sheet right here. So what I did was I taped down the fingerprints to the rubric for examination. Yeah, so that is how you get develop fingerprints by using superglue fuming chambers. Thanks for watching. It was very fun. I had a great time doing this, and I'm excited to see what the next project is.